Mr. Byfield.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Johnson. Hi.
My name is Sherri. I'm his girlfriend.
Who are you, Michelle?
Sherri.
Sherri. Hi,
Yeah.
Sherri.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Are you okay?
I'm sorry, we thought the meeting was at 11 o'clock. And unfortunately, we're going to have to try to get things going in a timely manner because I do have to be at work.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Sorry about the stress, but...
You want to sit up and we can have a little meeting right now? So you can participate? So you can participate? Yeah. Okay. We'll wait for you. Okay. Oh, come on.
Okay.
All right. Good. Mr. Byfield, I have not met your son until today.
Huh?
Do you recognize this man?
Yes.
That's your son, right? Yes. Okay. How do you find your father?
What do you mean?
Oh, mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, what do I mean? Would you find him
Oh, do you mean...
alert, oriented? Is he demented? Do you find him baseline, worse, better than when he was from a couple months ago?
About the same.
What do you say? Do you think your father's memory is good?
Not fully, no.
Not fully, no? Okay. Is there anything you would like to talk about, Mr. Byfield?
I don't like any of this. I don't like the fact that there was a TV here that was not functional because the coax cable jack in the back of it was removed. He is not being treated properly. This place is just awful. It's hot for no apparent reason. He doesn't have anything. You moved him here based on listening to Rosalind, aka the habitual liar.
That's who asked me to move him here.
Why would you believe her is the question I would like to ask. I mean, you've seen...
I always start with believing the family.
She's not the family. She's never married him. She's not his loving sweetheart. None of that. She lies. If you were to ask the family, that would have been me. I thought I would have saw you at this court hearing, but I don't believe I've ever seen you before.
No, this is our first time meeting.
But I saw a lady who said she introduced herself and said she was someone, but I'm going to assume that wasn't you because her hair was more of a blondish red.
No, this is the first time I'm meeting you.
But overall, this is abysmal, and I plan to speak to the magistrate and the judge personally because I do not like this.
We have brought him a few clothes when we come each trip, and some of the clothes we initially brought from our first visit are gone.
Okay.
We did make sure that we put his name on the initials on the clothing as we brought them. We don't know what happened to them. Luckily, the clothes that we have brought him this last time, they are still here. The towels and stuff.
Does he have shirts and pants?
Well, pants was going to be the next visit. We were going to bring some more stuff. We're trying to bring him stuff. Unfortunately, we've been digging out of our pockets a little bit. His Aunt Carmen has given us some clothes. We're just kind of gradually bringing them in. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we don't know if they're going to stay or if they're going to come up lost.
Right. Okay.
Unfortunately, his Aunt Carmen says that he has money and these should not be coming out of our pocket. But all we know is when we come here and there's no clothes, the man needs clothes, and we're bringing what we can in, but we're restricted because of income temporarily. Is it okay if I bring the phone conversation up?
Do it.
All right. You say that you placed him in this facility partially because his supposed life partner of 30 years, which we all know is not the truth.
False.
AKA his mom. She did make a belligerent phone call to Daniel.
Okay.
Saying about how she did not did she not
Oh, that phone
call. The care of how he's being handled. Not that we're listening to her at this point because this is not about her. You know, we've all seen from the way that she's come in here and treated this man that she doesn't, like, she's
she doesn't care.
the same person that should be taking care of this man and making decisions for this man. Do you get what I'm saying? That we are stressed because we feel like when we come in here, it's stifling warm. The last time we came on, we turned on a fan, we did some stuff. But if this is where she put him, because this is a decision that she helped make,
yes,
she is now not happy with that decision. Like I said, not that she should be in the picture having
she's
any
no
say.
longer in the picture.
Yes.
She was at the beginning, but no longer.
But
Her desires and wants are no longer important to me.
A concern for anyone.
Of concern to me.
Okay.
But she was at the beginning until the facility kicked her out and said she could not visit. At that point, we cut the cord.
What I guess I'm trying to say at this point is, with her out of the picture, now
yes,
you guys have officially seen what kind of person she is.
She's out of the picture.
What are the chances of his care being turned around into a different facility or given to Daniel?
No problem. For me, I can find much better facility. That is not a problem.
Or into, like, a different situation. That's what I'm asking.
If there was a care plan presented to me, I would look at it.
Okay. Because we really, like, we don't agree with this place. Like, I worry about every time that I come in here, because I come with him frequently to see, a lot of times it's like, as you see, no TV. Last time we tried to bring a magazine, but in the same time, he needs reading glasses. Mm-hmm. Apparently his reading glasses, I'm guessing, are in the old house.
Would that be a prescription or just like CVS?
See, that's what I don't know.
Mr. Byfield, are your glasses prescription glasses or they're like reading glasses from a store?
I'm looking.
Okay. If you would, your last pair of glasses, were they from a store or from an eye doctor? You know, like the +1, +2.
He wouldn't know.
Well, do you know, Mr. Byfield? Do you like wear prescription glasses, or do you wear glasses that make it larger from the store, reading glasses?
I haven't got any glasses right now.
Okay. If you were to get glasses, do you get reading glasses?
Yes, reading glasses.
Or do you get glasses from an eye doctor that gives you a prescription?
I get eye glasses from a doctor.
From a doctor. Okay. All right. Well, we need to arrange that. That can be arranged.
Because, you know, being is that he's in this facility pretty much 24/7, and majority of the time when we come, we see him like curled up in bed, almost huddled in fetal position, and not doing anything. I mean, I understand that his mental state is not maybe what it was years and years and years ago.
I don't know. All I know. Every time I talk to you
seem coherent.
Coherent. I don't have a problem talking with you.
I mean, a majority of the time when we come to visit, he seems fairly coherent. That's why we don't know the state of whatever dementia he has or whatever. But we do think that it's mandatory for him to get social interaction, just like having a TV or a magazine or something to do. Okay. When we come in here and we see like nothing here, like no newspaper, no magazine, no TV, it discourages us that he's still living in the same situation he was when he was living with Rosalind.
Okay.
We do not
minus the physical threats.
Yes.
Okay. I know many other nursing homes.
Okay.
I'm talking more deep because you don't seem involved.
I'm involved. It's just that I'm highly angry. So I'm trying to compose myself in a civil manner instead of just acting somewhat like my mom. Because it's be quiet, Sherri. For the most part, I feel that you are slacking off. Because why has he had no medical procedures or being diagnosed of anything? I mean, it's been brought to people's attention that he has Alzheimer's or dementia, that he's been taken to psychiatrists at his job and stuff like that, and he's supposed to be on medication. He had a bill here. It's like nobody's doing what they need to do, and it angers me.
Okay. I'll tell you what I have done. It was a huge effort for me to move him out of the house. I was under physical threat. 3 times I went into the house, and I was locked inside the house. I was not happy. Moving him out of the house, well, I'll just continue. Moving him out of the house, I asked for the TV set. I was told no. And I really wasn't in a position, I've never had a physical fight with anybody. I've never even like arm wrestled. You know, I just don't.
My question to you.
So I did not take the TV set when I was told no. So what I did was place them in a facility that Rosalind asked me to, because there's one bus trip, and I got him on Medicaid. That's a lot of work to get a person on Medicaid. That's what I did to get the bills paid. At all times, I've kept in touch with Carmen, who has always told me she will soon be bringing him to Poughkeepsie. So in that case, why would I go ahead and spend a whole bunch of money on clothes when he was planning to soon transfer? By a week goes by, a month goes by, 2 months goes. She's not doing the steps.
Okay, I understand
to
now.
make that. So always in anticipation, I didn't change facilities. I didn't get a lot of clothes. Didn't get includes because it was always the idea that this was just a very temporary situation. But since she's not making movement, I did buy some clothes today. Some pants, some shirts, socks, underwear, t-shirts, and I'm willing to move to a different facility. There are many good facilities. He might even be able, Mr. Byfield, you might even be qualified for assisted living.
Huh?
You may be qualified for assisted living.
Yes.
All I have to do is get the social work out here, and she would interview you. No, she would say, what year were you born? Can you bathe yourself? Can you walk? You know, and if you answer all the questions right, and she sees you and assesses you, it would be a nurse actually, not a social worker. You could go to assisted living. We haven't done those steps because I was expecting to move you to Carmen's. She said she would have somebody come down and take you there. You know, so I said no point to do all that work. But it's. Maybe I should start moving forward as if this is permanent, that me and you are going to be together and not just a temporary thing. Mr. Byfield, have you talked with Carmen? What are her plans?
I talked to her recently.
What?
I talked to her recently.
Okay, I talked to her last night. She still says she still has plans to move you near her, but I haven't seen anything happen. At this point, would you rather continue waiting for Carmen to do something, or would you rather have me move you to a different facility and make some steps here?
I'd rather have Carmen.
What?
I'd rather have Carmen do all of that.
Okay. You'd rather have Carmen do all of that?
Yes.
You would still prefer to, your hope is still that Carmen would pull through for you?
Huh?
Carmen says she's going to pull through for you.
Yes.
Do you trust your sister?
Yes.
Yes, okay. She calls me. She called me last night. She calls me all the time. Well,
just to speak up on Carmen's behalf, she's a very busy woman in her own right. She has been researching nursing facilities because I keep in contact with her.
she's been researching what?
She's been researching nursing facilities up there.
In Poughkeepsie.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that's probably part of her. I haven't been able to get back to you right away because she's waiting until she gets the right information that she needs to present to you. So in all fairness.
She did ask me to get a list of diagnosis, medications, and history notes to send to her so she could present it to the facility.
Because she is trying to find the best facility up in her area, which, as we all see from this facility, that you need to do your homework thoroughly.
This is not a great facility. It was chosen because it was on the bus line for Rosalind.
Now, see, the thing is, my next question is, why is no one going after Rosalind for the money she's taken? It's not hers, and I assume that the subpoenaed bank record should prove that.
Yes, they do prove that.
So why is no one going after her? I want her to return the money, all of it, because it's not hers.
Okay.
I want her name removed as death beneficiary, which I tried to set up with you, but I got sick, and I do have a job, which is why I have this hat on.
Okay.
I have my own responsibilities, which I have to take care of, and then I'm trying to see to him because I got denied based on her lies, for the most part, in the courtroom.
Okay.
She pretty much painted it like, I'm always in school, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I won't have time for my father, which is incorrect because I pretty much graduate and I only have to take a couple more math classes and I'm finished with my degree in social work. So the whole social work thing, I see all this going on and I feel like they're powerless and they're mindless drills, but that's a different story. But it's irritating, and now I have to speak to the magistrate. Now that she's out of the picture, I want it brought back into question because I feel like I could have did all this myself. It's just that I had lovely mom attempting to steal his pension, which is what I initially told people, that she was financially entrapping my father, but everyone wants to give her some sort of leniency or credit and never hold her accountable for the things that she does.
Holding Rosalind accountable. Okay. My job as guardian, my first primary duty is
him.
My first job is for your benefit. You're supposed to be my ward, the person I take care of, the person I look out for. That's my primary job. So if it wasn't for Carmen, usually my next step would be to place you in a better nursing home, get the nurse social worker out, get you into assisted living, and if that could work out, then get to less restrictive. You do things in steps. If you work out in an assisted living, well, that would be maybe it's time for an next step. You kind of like go up the ladder. You just don't jump like that. Now, I'm an attorney. Your father's indigent. He was indigent when I met him. Okay? So there is no one to pay me to go after this extraneous idea of getting even with Rosalind and bringing her due.
It's not about getting even. It's about she took something that's not hers. It's his best interest because it would be able to.
So long and hard for it.
It would be able to pay for his expenses.
Somebody just walk away with it.
It's his inheritance. His inheritance after he dies, we're talking about.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm talking about the money that she removed from the account. Like, you would be able to buy stuff. You would be able to pay yourself because he would actually be able to pay you because the $5,000 was in his account.
I wouldn't be able to pay myself because I'm sure she spent it or she hid it, and I'll never get it. So there's no funding for me to go after her, and I wouldn't be paid. If your father had $100,000, I'd go after her and do what's right. But my primary job is to take care of your father. Finding a bunch of money, which I don't believe is out there. I believe it's spent. I believe it's a dead-end street. She's going to say, he gave it to me. It was a gift. I can't go after her criminally because it's going to be he said, she said. He let me put my name on the account. When he was competent, he let me put my name on the bank account. He told me. I wrote a letter to Columbus. They said they would not change it unless I had a huge lawsuit, that they're simply not going to change it.
But when I called them, they said, only thing I have to do is have you call because I don't have this information. If I had a social security number and stuff like that, I could have did it myself.
We can have a three-way call if you want to go to PRS. I don't have a problem with that.
But see, this usually we have to actually make our times meet because we...
Make our times meet.
Okay.
I have three-way calls. All right. So, and we can find out what would be the rules. I mean, I have a half an hour to invest. I don't necessarily have 20 hours to invest, but I definitely have half an hour to invest to placate you. We can call Columbus and see what would be the procedure. So, my job today, I'm not sure if I'm addressing your concerns, but my job today is go to the meeting, get the history, diagnosis, medication list so I can send it to Carmen so she could present it to facilities out there.
Would it be okay if we had a copy of that as well?
Sure, no problem. Do I have your address? I have your email. I'll email it to you. And I will, you're going to try on these clothes, Mr. Byfield, see if they fit you. I brought you some clothes. And if they fit you, I'm going to mark them. If they don't fit you, I'm going to take them back and get the clothes. And then, do you think you could help your father with that?
Sure.
Okay. So these are the clothes. If they fit, mark them. If they don't fit, keep the tags on and put them back in the bag. Could I ask you to do that?
Sure.
Okay. And this pen has to be returned to the front desk.
Okay.
And everything has to be marked, every pair. I'm going to the meeting now. If you'd like to come along with me, you can. If you want to stay here, you can, as you wish. If you don't have time to mark the clothes and fix the clothes because you have your jobs, I have time to do it today. I've set aside this morning for your father. So if you don't have time.
Well, she may have to leave, but I technically don't have to be to work till tomorrow.
Okay.
It's really up to if you want to stay around or not, as long as you don't leave my
Let me see what
bag
time
and my
it is,
paycheck and stuff like that. But
maybe,
And I could
we'll
give you
figure out
a ride
something.
part way home, at least to someplace. Okay?
Because he's really not far from here, so.
Oh, you're not far from here? Okay. All right.
Ugh.
Well,
Thanks
then
for
good.
reminding me.
I'm going to go to the meeting now, because that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Mr.
her,
Byfield, you want to come with me
and,
to the meeting?
No.
I'll be back. Half an hour.
You gonna go to the meeting? Okay.
well, you're coming too, aren't you?
Um.
Oh, I didn't know if you were trying the pants now or after the meeting.
Well, you can go back to sleep, and then we're gonna try these on later. Okay? Oh well, I'm just gonna put these over here. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Okay? Okay.
Crazy world. You know,
Everybody has
we
good
just,
intentions.
We just
I know
want
that.
you to know that this entire changing the death beneficiary is not for Daniel's financial gain. This is to prevent his mom from getting anything more out of him. It's simply it. We don't even care if Carmen is put on it. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, could you tell me where the care conference is taking care of? Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, could you tell me where the care conference is taking place?
Do you have like a meeting room?
Okay, we'll just go to the front desk. Don't tell us.
Oh Lord. Shoot me.
It's in the social worker's office. Go around the corner. You'll see another desk there. The first one.
On the right or on the left?
Right.
Right side of the hallway.
This way, ma'am.
Oh, so a left and then a right.
This way.
The truth is, if Columbus does change Rosalind off, they will assign the estate as beneficiary. Chances are. And the estate is all paid to Medicaid reimbursement. Truth is, chances are that's the way it would work.
Well, it's simply because she signed her name fraudulently because he was already diagnosed with dementia before
Okay.
she did all of these things.
Well, if we could get that proof, then we would present it. If they're willing to listen to us.
Well, they seem to
We'll
listen.
make a 3-way call. That's how we start.
Okay.
What is the procedure?
Right? You ain't got anybody else, but I'm not on there. That is cute enough.
See any socials?
You okay? This place is so great, isn't it? Just so, what is this like the decent care wing or something? Where their rooms their rooms look better.
Why would they do that? Right here.
That's exactly right.
That's where the care conference is?
One thing got my name on it.
Oh, that store. Trick or treat. Thank you. Yes. I recognize it. Hello, how are you?
Okay. Are you here for the conference?
What conference are you going for?
Oh, hi. Here for the conference?
No, not me.
We are.
We are.
What
For Dana, I'm Byfield Senior. Make sure we get the
Oh,
right conference.
somebody's running late apparently.
Knock on the door. Well, I would wait.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You're still in there with the conference?
Yes. Whose care conference are you here for?
For Francis Sims?
Okay, we're on different care conferences.
Okay.
This place is so organized.
Because a
Makes me
guardian,
cry.
legally, under Ohio Revised Code, I have no right to designate beneficiaries. I can't say,
That
I
was
don't like the beneficiary of
Yeah.
this life insurance policy. I'm going to change because that was not my job. It was, the person's job while they were competent.
But see, he wasn't competent when he did that because RTA had already had him diagnosed, which is why he was forced in retirement because he wanted to still go to work.
I heard that story. Okay. So if they
We probably have to contact RTA. But if we,
Get like a note, letter saying.
yeah, because
So
she,
if Rosalind was removed because it was fraudulent, I have no authority.
that means he would have to do it himself.
No, he's incompetent. So it would go to his estate. And who's going to inherit his estate?
first the debtors are paid, and then the heirs are paid.
That's why I didn't want him placed in this home, because I wanted him placed with me because I knew I could take care of him. But we had the whole court battle with Rosalind where she decided to lie in front of the magistrate and say that she was his loving whatever for 37 years.
And the finding, which I had to follow.
So now I have to speak to the magistrate and judge and say, hey, this is what Rosalind has done after you guys decided to believe in what she actually said, because I've already written the letters. I just have to mail it off. I just wanted to actually try to meet you and see, because I thought you were the other lady.
Excuse me for walking between you.
I thought you were the lady who was sitting in there with the so APS worker A and APS worker B. I thought you were the other lady who was in there, but apparently...
Kelly Perks, the lawyer? Kelly Perks, short hair?
Yeah, I thought that was you, but...
She's the lawyer for Adult Protective Services.
Okay, that
I'm
makes
just
things...
independent. I don't work for the court. I don't work for APS.
But yeah, it's just been a big struggle because the majority of it, when I first called APS, because I lived in the house with him and Rosalind. Rosalind had me evicted because she wanted to go after his pension. And the only way she could do that, because she tried to have me go through it first. I actually have audio and video proof of her telling me to get guardianship of Daniel F. Byfield Sr. and take him to live with his sister. I went and applied for the paperwork, and she decided to fight it because she realized that if I take him, his pension goes with him, and it goes with him to live with Carmen. She didn't want that. She wanted to keep his money. So it's just like she decided that she wanted to contest it. I have it all in video because I record everything. It's just what I do. It's just been one big mess. But the thing is, the magistrate did not want to listen to me. He didn't want me to play the evidence for whatever reason because he wanted to believe in her. That's why I feel the court system is slanted. Because if he'd listened to the evidence, it would have been overwhelmingly obvious.
Right. The court system is slanted, and it's slanted for people who are successful. I'll tell you a story. I had a family member come in, and she was a nurse's aide assistant, and she wanted to be guardian of her grandfather. We had a stepson who is not even an heir, a stepson. He came in with a suit. He got a $60,000 a year job, and they made him guardian because he just, the court has this idea that, well, the nurse's aide would be keeping the money, she'd be out for the money, while the man who is successful can make a bond, he can handle the money, he won't steal the money, he can get insurance, bond, like this. And so they give it to the man with the business suit who walks in with his lawyer and a big job, and the nurse's aide, who is a real heir, did not get the guardianship. And I was representing the ward who wanted the nurse's aide, her granddaughter, to be the guardian. That's just the way the system is. It's slanted. It's unfair. The people who have money to always have you walk in the room with a big lawyer, and you're gonna have a better chance than the person with a little lawyer. That's just the way it is.
But see, the thing is, she told them that she had a lawyer, and he asked her, why didn't you bring the lawyer with you? She didn't really have an answer. She said that she was going to get a job, and she was going to do this, and she was going to do that, and for the most part, we have heard that she's done nothing productive. I went out and got me a job. I'm still in school pursuing my doctorate in social work, so I'm still doing what I need to do, but she's done absolutely nothing, and she took the money out of his account, and I feel like that money was meant for him. Like, if he needed a car, like, if you do get him into assisted living, what happens if he needs to go somewhere? I don't want him stuck on a bus.
Okay. Assisted living costs $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Jesus.
Cheapest assisted living is $2,000 a month at Euclid Gateway House, and that's even good. How are you?
Okay.
And that's not even including medicine and doctors. I think it's actually $2,200 a month or something. So the only way to get them in assisted living is to get them on waiver, passport, which is a form of Medicaid. He would still be on Medicaid.
But see,
he can't afford assisted living. He doesn't have enough money.
I see, but I wanted to actually appeal the court's decision now. Because I feel like we're actually going to move from over here. We're going to move into a 2-bedroom apartment once everything is finalized and everything was set up normally. I wanted to appeal to the courts that, hey.
It's not going to happen.
Why not?
Carmen's against it. The court was already against you. I mean, I just don't see it as happening.
Well, I mean, I'm going to speak up because Carmen is sitting on her hands. I mean,
Carmen's not moving forward. She may have good intentions, but I haven't seen anything. She may be looking at places, she may be talking to people, but not something that I can put my hands on and depend on.
Exactly. I feel like she's sitting on her hands because I'm like, okay, why haven't you had him moved yet? Because
Carmen's busy. Like you say, Carmen has a lot of responsibilities. Yes,
see, that's what she says. I see it differently. I see it. Carmen's trying to fix her. Carmen's not trying to have what happened to Danny happen to her, because she has the same issue going on in her house where they're trying to go after her money because she was a nurse for however many years and she has an ex-husband who is rather greedy. So she's trying to make sure that she sets up her wills and gets her house financed and all this other wonderful stuff now, so that if she becomes ill, because when she came down here she got sick and now she has to go through some sort of surgery and she may not make it off that table. So she's trying to make sure that she finalizes everything now, so that if she goes through the surgery and she doesn't make it.
She's not in a position.
And we're trying to figure out what can we do to make it best for Danny. It's not about me. I don't want
It could be better than here.
Yes.
No question.
Yes. That's what I'm after. Not see him in this hot room laying there. He doesn't have glasses, stuff like that.
Any nursing homes in Cleveland?
You have to pardon me because I'm not from this area.
Not really.
What?
You have to pardon me, I'm not from this area.
Okay. You know what? Most people don't know nursing homes.
I know that I think it's an alt care down in my area that's fairly decent.
Meyer?
Her area. She lives in.
I live in Summit County.
Oh, okay. He can be moved to Summit County. I mean, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Your father.
Okay, so.
We're state friendly.
We just have to figure out where would be the best place for him to can
Medicaid is everywhere.
afford.
Medicaid is the state of Ohio. So anywhere I can, and I would still be his guardian. Summit County, no problem. Call them up, see if there's an opening.
One big mess.
Ask them if they have a sister facility someplace closer to you.
Well, that I can't say if they do or not. I'm guessing probably not. Most these facilities are not really burst. They don't go everywhere.
There's Mannequin Mayfield, if you like that place right across the street from Hillcrest Hospital. That's a facility, it's an institution.
I think I'm gonna have to go outside soon because it is hot in here.
It is hot. I took off my jacket.
I so do not like this place.
Come on, let's go stand outside. Oh, we can't.
Well, you know what? I guess.
Push until alarm sounds. Doors can be opened if it's an emergency.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'll just stand here and hopefully they'll be done soon. And
We're
If we sit, it'll be cool.
we're like trapped in the heat.
I'm gonna go check on your father, see if he's trying on the clothes.
She went to go check on.
Excuse me, how long do you think it would be?
Honey, I'm going to take you into my office and we're going to start doing this now.
Okay.
You know, because it is, you know.
Okay, no problem.
Come on in my office.
Let's be organized.
I got a chair here.
I can stand.
No, I'm going to grab this one here.
Hello.
Okay. 2 seconds, babe. Here's an extra chair. Sorry, they are really,
I'll stand. No
they
problem.
are really, really tied up.
It's really hot in here. Oh, it's like this every day?
Well, you know, it's the typical, the weather changes, so the heat had to be put on, and during the day it's real hot, and during the evening it's just right.
In the morning it's cold, yes. I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah. Okay, let's see, we're gonna do Mr. Byfield first.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you a rundown of what is in here.
You're the registered nurse? The
No,
nurse?
I'm MDS. I do
MDS?
the care plans and these meetings.
Manager, is that unit manager?
No, MDS is a program that on what we have to send to the state of Ohio. On every resident, every quarter. He is supervised to a limited assist for his personal care. He remains continent about bowel and bladder. I'm talking too fast.
He's continent of bowel and bladder?
At this point, in the last 7 days, he had no problems. He participates in group activities of his choice. He is at risk for falls, only because age and medication. His current body weight is 149.6. The BMI is 20.3, which is within normal limits. He feeds himself 75 to 100% of his meals, and his diet is irregular. He does have a problem with his feet. He has a fungal infection, and they have a cream. Let me go get his chart. They have a cream, and the wound nurse watches him so that this isn't out of control. Give me 2 seconds. His chart's next
A
door.
care conference should have a dietitian, a social worker, a nurse. Everybody on staff is supposed to be in a care conference meeting. This is pathetic. I have to totally agree that this is unacceptable. I may have changed the time, but that's irrelevant. They picked the new time, you know. I said I have to go out and get some clothes. Could you wait for me a little bit? This is not right. There's nobody here who knows your father. This woman is not aware of your father.
Pardon me?
You know Mr. Byfield, right?
Yes. Why?
Do you, we just wanted to talk, well, do you see him on a regular basis?
I normally do not. His floor nurse does. I am not a floor nurse. Let me pull up one other thing here.
Miss Sally, please excuse me. Are you doing care conference?
Yes,
here?
they're still, I can't get the other girls out of there.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to give you a synopsis of what's going on. I know you've been waiting, and I know she has to go to work, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really what we would like out of here today is 2 copies of his medications, diagnosis, and nurse's notes. Because we're trying to transfer him to New York or to a different facility.
All right, that has to be signed for. By medical records, she will get that all together
Okay,
for
where would
you.
I go to do that?
Let me see if she's in her office.
Right. Because you would like a copy and Carmen would like a copy.
I do
Yes.
remember the last care conference that you were looking at that.
Actually, I have one other client here.
Okay.
And,
So you need to go tend to them?
no.
Hi,
I
do you
have
know where
been to care
Yolanda
conference
is?
about my other client.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
My other
Bye.
client, well, it's a long story.
The doctor did see Mr. Byfield. It was the nurse practitioner. The last time was on 10/3. That was nurse practitioner. Consultations, a psychiatrist saw him back in July, has not been back to see him. Obviously, everything's wonderful there.
Wonderful. We don't want him seeing a psychiatrist.
That's
Perfect.
right.
Less psych meds, the better.
And like I told you, the wound nurse is, she's not answering phone. I will grab her. The wound nurse is seeing him. She wrote orders for specific washing, drying, and then the antifungal cream for his feet. And she does keep an eye on him because, God forbid, you may crack, infection, whatever. Not good on feet. He had his flu vaccine on 10/1. And that's all I have there. All that paperwork, though, I can definitely get from Yolanda for you.
Okay. Is that possible today to get it? If we hang around, or if I hang around?
You know what? I can try. I can try. Let's see, what does it say here? I'm reading some nurses' notes here. This week he has been continent. It's just that he has once in a while episodes, it appears.
He goes back to his normal self, but before he was demented, pretty much. He starts to remember stuff, and he goes back to the person he was.
it says here he is, let me
See,
read
I
this
can't
to you.
tell, because his answers are always so appropriate. They're short, they're yes, or
Yes.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
but
he's-
it seems appropriate, like he
Yes.
understands what's going on.
Yeah, he's like
Yes.
he's
I
much
can't
nicer
tell
now.
just the name.
Is
Yeah,
he?
yeah, he's much nicer now. Now that he's gone through his dementia and Alzheimer's, he's much nicer. He used to be a lot more mean, but yeah.
Oh, you're talking about years ago?
Yeah, years ago, before,
Not 6 months ago.
not 6 months ago, years ago, his normal
and,
self.
And you know what? It says he always follows directions, and he's very cooperative, and he's motivated sometimes. You know, so participates in group activities of choice. He enjoys his music, outing, TV, movies, the daily news, and the morning coffee hour. So he is
You know I
involved.
take him out to eat, everybody.
No, we don't. What happens?
You know we go to the Golden Corral. Remember I talked to you?
Okay.
He go every month with us.
Once a month he goes out to the Golden Corral? Okay. All right. The story I heard was every time he gets a visitor, the visitor finds him curled up in bed naked with, except for a hospital gown.
Pretty much.
That's the story I was told. And the sister called and she said she was told the reason for this is because he's incontinent of feces, so he just lays on the bed coiled up like that.
Yeah, I don't see, I don't know.
Cause he walks
I don't see
around.
him
Right.
naked or anything.
I know when
no.
I came here today at 10:30 and he had a hospital gown and was just naked underneath his there laying on the bed, and he was not dressed, he was not up.
Well, the
nothing.
hospital gown is the night clothes.
Okay, so he wasn't dressed.
He wasn't dressed as of yet.
I'm sorry, I'm Kim, I'm the social worker here.
I'm his biological son, Daniel F. Byfield Jr.
Nice to meet you.
Mhm.
And ma'am?
Oh, my name is Sherri Forsey.
She's representing my aunt.
And
she's
I'm here, I'm representing this Aunt Carmen.
Pittman
that
Byfield.
You may have or may not have spoke to.
I don't believe so. I
Okay.
think I've only spoke with
I'm
you,
Nellie, the
I
guardian.
know you, Nellie.
Okay. And so I thought you were I thought you two were.
She's
Well, I'm
representing-
representing Aunt Carmen as well because she instructed me last time I talked to her to take notes and do what I
Oh.
could to get information.
Okay. And you're who? You're his girlfriend?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I'm trying to get a hold of medical records because they need copies of records for New York. Sending him to New York.
There's a possibility that
Oh,
we could
you
nursing
did
home.
mention that.
Yes, so we.
Wow.
We don't have a nursing home name yet?
But I would like those records too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find out, which is probably at lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should call back later then and talk to Yolanda.
Try Kim. I'll keep trying to get a hold of Yolanda. Work with Kim about any of the transfer information, and I'll get Yolanda and so forth. We'll have an answer to what,
Okay.
okay?
Does he appear demented or does he feel oriented and like he knows what he's going on?
I think
He has
he's
dementia.
got the dementia.
Yes.
Like severe or mild?
Well, what's his bins? I don't know.
He seems totally alert when I talk to him.
Most of the time he is.
He is.
I mean, cause he play bingo.
But
He
I
plays
mean,
big. He can follow the rules.
So it's not severe enough where he can't participate in activities and things like that. So it's probably more mild to moderate.
Do you think he'd be a candidate for assisted living?
In July, it was 1.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
And
pretty.
he's due, now.
So I need to do a new one on him.
Yes,
He's also
you need to
shy
do a
and
new one.
introverted. He doesn't answer. It might be that he's just quiet or he's afraid and he doesn't.
That's always
feel
been him.
comfortable.
That's always been him.
So it's I don't know. He seems like really together to me, though I can't tell. Well, I spend very little time with him.
I mean, to orientation though. I mean, have you, does he know the date, the year, that type
Why
of
should he
thing?
know the date? He doesn't have a TV in his room. He doesn't get
Well,
newspapers.
the
Why
year,
should he know
the
date?
month, the season, those types of things. We look at that and a couple other
Okay.
short-term memory type stuff. But, I mean, we could have speech therapy to eval him and work with him on some cognition. I'm sure she did in the beginning when he first arrived. She does more work with cognition, than our assessment is. But, I mean, he definitely can make his needs known and things like that.
He hasn't made them known.
No?
His clothes are missing.
He's pretty docile in that
He's
area.
docile. He just passive.
But if he needs something, Ellie,
it's up for us to come and talk to him and find out. That's the job. Okay, that's fair enough.
no, I'm asking. I was asking Ellie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Is he
I
make
was
his
trying to
needs
look to
known?
see some more information.
Is
No,
he able
there's
to
no
make his
clothes.
needs known?
When he wants to, yeah, when, you know. But I mean, if he's missing something and you don't ask him, he doesn't come
No, he
forthright
won't
with
come.
info.
Right.
Right. He just feels
I-
he's in the
I-
poorhouse and he has no rights. Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know that. He's never verbalized that to me.
He told me that today.
He told me that when he first came here.
It's when he's less demented and he becomes his normal self for like periods of time where he will actually speak out. And then he goes back into his demented state where he's pretty much docile and doesn't say anything. I know him because he's my father.
Well, sure.
Right. But you can't go in and out of demented state.
Well, it's not like going in and out. It's just more or less sometimes he will speak up. And
He
then
can
some,
speak
yeah,
up
it's like
and
sometimes
sometimes
like,
he's passive.
yes, it's like he becomes like fearful of like his surroundings and stuff. That's what I'm trying to get across. It's just like
He can have clearer days than others.
You can?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Dementia, yes.
I know evening you can get worse. You know,
Right.
sun's out or something.
Right. But no, they can come out of it for a period of time and until I think to the point where it's really severe. It's not as frequent, but
And back when that psychiatrist saw him, it says his orientation, he is aware of many things, but there is impairment. Judgment and insight is impaired. We can have her take a look at him again if you want to see about assisted living.
Yes.
It would be no problem for our speech therapist also to look at him. Would you like that?
sure. I mean, he is from a different country, so most people,
yeah. Jamaica,
yeah,
right?
yes, most people typically can't understand him. And that's why I'm forced to speak straight English as well.
Okay. I'll get speech to look at him. And can you put in for Dr. Berard?
Sure. Now, she
And
was
we'll have a
right
good
here the other day,
idea
so-
where we're sitting as far as
Psychiatrist? We don't want a psychiatrist.
assisted
Well, she-
living versus anything else.
She can do a pretty thorough cognition exam, though.
Okay. We don't want to put him on psych meds if we don't have to.
No, and
I wouldn't go in there. We're more or less looking to see where we're at as far as deciding
Mental state.
assisted versus.
You could get on the passport program. They have openings. All right. So I'll follow up with you and email you those notes when I get them from Yolanda, which I will work on. If you know, you feel free to talk with me. Thank you.
do we have any of your contact information? I know we have just yours. Do you want them to be listed as
Yes,
contacts in our computer?
sure.
Okay.
Free information, no secrecy.
Okay. That's what we need to know. I mean, you'll be primary, obviously, because you're
Just 'cause
guardian.
he is technically next to Ken.
But guardian trumps that.
No, but
Yeah. But
so
that's
it's not
fine
like
that,
he's
if you call up here and you're asking questions, it's good to know we'll be able to give you that information.
Also, Carmen says she was told by the nurse, his sister, last week that they would tell her nothing.
No, well,
that
that's
she's not
true,
the guardian.
because,
We would like to put Carmen on the list.
Okay.
No secrets, full information when Carmen
You
calls.
have
Okay.
Carmen's number?
Oh,
Carmen is a sister.
Sherry, you have it.
CARME, that's his sister from New York.
But do you have her
Byfield?
house phone number?
Her last name Byfield?
Byfield
Right.
Pittman, she's married.
Pittman. Okay.
And her phone number?
Oh, do you have it? You should have your phone. I don't know her number off the top of my head.
And this is a sister,
Let
right?
me hold this.
now, Mr. Byfield, didn't he have a lady here who's a
Rosalind.
lady friend, and she's not allowed to be?
Yes, that's
Right.
Rosalind. Rosalind Stewart, yes. AKA my mom.
She was told,
Is that your mom?
Yes, that is my biological mother,
Okay.
sadly.
we were told that she did physical harm.
Yes, so she's not,
Once
right,
you're
she's not
out.
allowed here in the facility. And I didn't hear anything about her ever trying to come back since she was told that.
Yeah, she called me and said that I should sue you guys and all this other wonderful stuff.
is it possible for me to call and give you that information? Because
Sure.
I don't know where my phone went.
Sure, you know what, here, I'm gonna give this to you, and it's okay. And I'm gonna give you this, ask for Kim, what's your extension, Kim?
143.
143.
Tell me your full name again and your phone
Here,
number.
honey.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Daniel F. Byfield Jr.
We can skip it.
216-236-5563.
You got
And,
Just consider me the.
That a cell or a home?
It's both actually.
Sign me in like I was here and we went through. Good enough.
Really, there hasn't been any problems, I can take a peek at them.
No, I saw him, he's sedate.
Okay.
I don't understand why his TV is so blurry. I guess that's the cable system here?
Maybe.
What happened to his TV is the question. There's no TV there anymore.
Did your father ever?
No, see the TV. Well, we came up here like
The TVs
2 weeks.
are either donated to us, or they belong to the facility. We have a few that belong to us too, but the families are responsible for TVs. And I don't know if he ever had.
He had like last weekend we were here. He had a TV, but the coax cable, but the coax cable thing in the back was missing. So technically,
It wasn't working, huh?
yeah, pretty much.
Never had a TV
Did
here.
did